Now let's debug the reverse word method. That means we try to reverse a single word. Okay, we still use the word ABCDE, and because this value is simple enough and clear enough to debug our method. Now we call this method and give the chars here, and give the 0 and the chars dot length -1 at the highest index. And after we finish the in-place reverse, we want to print out the reversed characters. We expect to see a reversed ABCDE, and Control F5, and we see the value ADCBE. Looks like the character A and E are not swapped. And we know the swap method itself doesn't have problem. That means the problem must be in the method reverse word. That means we can identify and isolate the bug in the reverse word method. Now let's debug this method, and click the reverse word method and press F12. We jump to the definition of the reverse word method. So the logic of this method is very straightforward. We just want to use a while iteration to swap the character pairs one by one. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here and press F5. Then we hit the breakpoint. Now let's observe the input values. So the input value chars, and we can new string chars ABCDE. There's no problem. And input li here is 0 and hi is 4. No problem. And we press F10, and then we see the li and hi get to 1 and 3. And here, if you have enough debugging experience, and you will notice the value of li and hi already wrong. Let's assume that we haven't found the problem. And I press F10 again. Now we are going to swap the characters. And because we know the swap method itself doesn't have any problem, we trust this method, and we just press F10 to step over this method. I press F10. Okay, after do this, I go back to the immediate window, execute the new string, hit enter. Now I see a wrong string here. A and E are not swapped, but the B and D is swapped. That means something wrong just happened. Once we noticed there's something wrong, and we are going to think of it. So let's focus on what happened just now. So we notice the character on index 1 and index 3 are swapped. And we know the first round we run the swap method, it should swap the character on 0 and 4, right? And if we stop the debugging and restart the debugging, let's see. The indexes passed into the reverse word method is 0 and 4. Definitely we want to swap 0 and 4 first. Why the character on 0 and 4 are not swapped, but the characters on index 1 and index 3 are swapped? Because when we press F10, we notice the li++ and hi minus minus, and moved the li lower index towards right and move the higher index towards the left. So that means we missed the chance to swap the first pair of the characters. Now we found the problem. The problem is we changed the indexes at the wrong place. So the first way to fix this problem is we don't change the value of the higher index and lower index here. We just change the index value after we swap the characters. So we put the li plus plus and hi minus minus here. This will fix the problem. Let's do it. We run the application and press F10. Okay, we see the 0 and 4 are not changed. And now we swap the characters. Now hit enter. A and E are swapped, and li plus plus and hi minus minus, and here li still less than hi, and we press F10, swap again, and B and D are swapped, li plus plus hi minus minus. Now the li is not less than hi, the swap won't happen. And okay, let's try to observe the chars array, and it's a reversed A, B, C, D, E. And if we expand the local variable here, and we see E, D, C, B, A. Okay, now that means the reverse word method is fixed. Okay, if we want to make the code shorter, and we know we can combine the plus plus and minus minus here. And this need you to have some coding skills to understand why we can write the code like that. Okay, now the reverse word method is fixed. Okay, let's try to run the reverse words method to see if the bugs are fixed. Control F5 means we run the application without debugging. See, start without debugging. That means we can see the final output screen. Okay, see, hello is reversed, debugging is reversed, but the world is not reversed. Why? Okay, there is a homework left to you to fix this problem.